I'm just gonna get right to the point. This movie is some bullshit. Bullshit. Easily the worst movie I've seen this year. It didn't help that the theater I saw it in, for whatever reason, they had reclining seats, that you can almost lay down on. But they didn't have the swing out desk tray where you could put your popcorn. Why not do that? Why not just spend another $200, whatever? You're gonna spend all the money to renovate your theater. Put another $200 to give me the swing out tray where I can put my drink and my popcorn. And on top of that, I had a guy behind me who brought his infant child and his two or 3 year old son and daughter who were making noise throughout the whole fucking movie. Keep your damn kids at home. Okay, so let's get back to Jurassic World Dominion. This movie's bullshit. I didn't like Jurassic World, the first one that came out with Chris Pratt. I didn't like Fallen Kingdom. That was like, they can't get any worse than this. Fallen Kingdom has dinosaurs in a mansion being auctioned off. I'm like, what the hell? They can't get any worse than this. So now we've got Jurassic World Dominion, and the trailer led me to believe that, this might be something fresh that makes kind of sense. That's a story that's interesting because it made it seem like we're dealing with a post-apocalyptic world where dinosaurs have taken over. I'm talking about maybe, like Walking Dead type of theme, where humans are on the brink of extermination. That had me excited. I'm like, okay, I'll go check this out. Nope. They got me again. Now, to be fair, I got there a few minutes late to the theater because I got caught up in traffic. And apparently I missed some scenes, initial scenes, maybe the first minute of the film, where they had some newsreels and news footage of the dinosaurs attacking people on the beach or making their nests at top of the World Trade Center. So I missed that part, and I'm sorry that I did, because apparently that's indicative. That would have been indicative to me that, well, maybe this film is going to tread new ground where we see how humanity has to deal with that. But no, they don't choose to stick with that plan. It's more like the humans have somehow made the dinosaurs their bitches. You see dinosaurs in like dogfight situations, or you see them being sold on the black market, or I don't know, as pets, I guess, I don't know. So we're talking about just the smaller non-carnivorous dinosaurs. Those are the only dinosaurs that we really see in everyday life. Dinosaurs are also hunted for their, I guess for their claws or whatever, kind of like the elephants that are poached. We see T-Rexes in cages. We see velociraptors in cages. How they got in the cages, they don't bother to let us know. But there's one scene where some woman in, is it Italy or I forget what European city it's in. Somehow she has these henchmen who have managed to round up, like 5 velociraptors, and they're in cages, and they've been trained to attack people when she shines a laser, a red dot on them. How did she do that? Doesn't matter, I guess, to this movie. So yeah, we don't really see anything that would be interesting in terms of how does humanity survive with dinosaurs running around. Also, this movie just is proof that they've got nowhere else to go with these dinosaurs. There are no other stories to tell that strictly involve the dinosaurs. There are like 2 or 3 plots going on, and honestly, none of them really involve the dinosaurs, except for one subplot that involves a young girl who, and I'm gonna throw a little spoiler out there, who is the result of DNA manipulation along with this other dinosaur, the baby dinosaur from Blue, the velociraptor that Chris Pratt had trained in the first 2 films. So there's this subplot involving this girl who, like I said, is born of DNA manipulation. And she gets kidnapped by this corporation called Biosyn, who has genetically engineered locusts so that they're like the size of small dogs, and they plan to have the locusts eat up all the grain in the country that's not genetically engineered by Biosyn. Did you follow that? Did you get that? Yeah, me too. Makes no sense. And throughout this convoluted plot, there's some dinosaurs that show us on screen. So that's the theme of this movie, to have locusts eat all farmers' grain that if they didn't buy it from Biosyn. So basically, we've got a little bit of James Bond, a little bit of Mission Impossible, and it does play like that when they kidnap the young girl. Her name is Maisie. Maisie's living with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't even know their names. 3 movies in, I don't even know their names. I think his name was Owen. I don't remember her name. Don't care. These bad guys kidnap Maisie and Blue's child, and there's this ridiculous scene where Blue, who's a little bit wilder now, approaches Chris Pratt's house like she's gonna attack, and he does the whole Velociraptor whisperer thing and holds out his hands, and she stops. Okay, they established that he trained Blue when she was a baby, so okay, I'll buy that. But then he starts talking to Blue. I'm gonna get your baby back, I promise. And Blue, it's like Blue nods her head and walks off. I'm like, oh my God. And then the first half of this movie is like I said, a James Bond flick, where they hire this female pilot to get them into the Australian compound, and it plays just like a James Bond villain who has this unbelievable complex that's remote, and they have to penetrate it and retrieve Maisie. There's even a scene right before they go to Australia in this, like I said, I think it was Malta, maybe it was Greece, I can't remember, but that's when we see a lot of action and adventure, and there's a scene that's literally lifted from The Bourne Identity, I think that was the film, where Jason Bourne jumps from one building to another and crashes through a window. Well, somehow Bryce Dallas Howard's character, she's developed some athletic prowess, and she does the same thing. And then the Velociraptor that's chasing her in this scene does the same thing. The camera angle is exactly the same. When they do give us dinosaurs in this movie, it's not like they're animals anymore, which is, a dinosaur was an animal, right? A dinosaur had, I would imagine, only so much intellect, given that their brains were the size of grapes, peas, whatever. But these dinosaurs, I mean, they should have just told us at the beginning of this second part of the franchise, the Jurassic World franchise, that somehow the dinosaurs became sentient. Not sentient, but became intelligent. Because these dinosaurs act more like Terminators. They know how to navigate hallways. They know how to track when you are like miles ahead of them, apparently. Now, they do inform us, like I said, that these velociraptors, I'm talking about, there's a scene with a velociraptor chase through the streets of, like I said, I think it was Malta. Yeah, the woman shines a red dot on Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And these velociraptors chase them through the entire city. And I'm thinking, wow, it just seems like they would eventually give up if these humans are so crafty that they can't catch them, and they're running through people's apartment buildings and jumping through windows, and the velociraptors are staying right behind them. It just it just felt so forced. And here's a point that another reviewer brought up, that they set up the fact that Chris Pratt knows how to talk to specific velociraptors. We see that in the very first Jurassic World movie. But in this film, he starts doing that with all the dinosaurs, and it works. There's a scene where two T-Rexes come up on him, and he holds out his hands, and they stop for a second. And he does it with a baby velociraptor. And it works. Well, that's breaking the rules. I can buy that he does that with dinosaurs that he groomed when they were hatched from the egg. But velociraptors he's never dealt with before. So you've got a movie with a convoluted plot, which doesn't make a lot of sense, asks you to buy a lot of implausibilities, even for sci-fi, action, whatever you want to call it, fantasy, whatever. So what's the other thing that they rely on to try to gin up this script? Nostalgia. This movie is full of callbacks to earlier movies. There's a contrived scene where a bad guy tries to sneak some DNA or embryos out of the lab with a Barbasol can. Now, if you're old enough to remember the first Jurassic Park, that should spark some memories. And this bad guy gets taken out the same way the bad guy in the original Jurassic Park got taken out. There's nothing original or clever here. And the things that are original don't make sense. But even more than that, they rely on the original cast from 1993. Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum reprise their characters in this film. And I gotta tell you, Jeff Goldblum is always good. They could have just brought him back, and that may have been worth the price of admission. He's great. Laura Dern is good. I really buy all of her scenes. But Sam Neill as Alan Grant, man, if there ever was a paycheck role, this is it. I mean, I liked the guy. I loved him in the first one, and I really liked him in the third one. I liked Jurassic Park 3. But here, he's phoning it in. He's got these weird head mannerisms and these weird eye things that he does, looking at the corner of his eye. This is his go-to move when he's like frustrated or feels like he shouldn't be a part of this.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
It's just, I didn't like his performance at all. But the young girl playing Maisie, I don't know the actress's name. I thought she was good. I thought she was a good child actress. When they first introduced her, I wanted to smash her face in. I thought she was a little brat. But she was really good. She plays two different roles. You see her in what I believe is her in flashback, and then you see her current day. And she's required to be very studious, intellectual, and knowledgeable in the flashbacks, which she pulls off. But then in present day, she's required to be anxious, angst-ridden, as all teenagers are when they're in movies like this. And she does that well too. A couple of the characters I want to talk about. There's the main Biosyn guy, who is, I mean, I might be spoiling a little bit, but he's the villain. He's the guy who came up with the whole scheme to genetically engineer these locusts to eat everyone else's crop but his. And I don't remember his name. I remember he did a film that I really liked with Steve Martin years ago, back in the 90s, called The Spanish something. It was a con man movie. I don't remember the name of it, but he was good in that. Here, he's playing basically, you know, a Steve Jobs type, slightly on the spectrum kind of guy. Not anything really memorable about his role. I do like the actor, but he just didn't do much here for me. And there's another guy who is this guy, the main guy, second in command. Don't remember that actor's name either. Don't remember the character's name. But I did like the actor. I liked how he portrayed the character. He could have gone a number of different ways. Like, he could have gone the route of the African-American pilot in this film, who plays the sassy, stereotypical type of character, which is fine. I guess you gotta have a balance when you have two of us on screen. She was good too. The actress, the African-American actress who played the pilot, she was good too. I liked her. She was beautiful as well. But getting back to the dinosaurs, I mean, this is Jurassic World, right? And the dinosaurs just don't do it for me anymore. I don't buy them at all. I know I'm looking at a movie where I'm looking at dinosaurs that were brought back to real life. That's not too far off from possibility. But be that as it may, I just don't buy what they've made these dinosaurs into. There's a scene involving 3 apex predators. And I don't want to give away what happens, but it's almost like tag team wrestling. I'm like, when did these dinosaurs become like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers? So I don't buy the dinosaurs at all. The dinosaur chases have gotten old 6 movies in. So when I went to see this film, I was thinking, okay, maybe they're going to do something fresh. Like I said, they're going to show us how man cohabitates with dinosaurs. Maybe it will be a dystopic, apocalyptic type of film now, a little bit more serious. No, the dinosaurs are merely plot devices to either plant in the middle of the script when they need an action scene, or when they need to move the plot along in terms of, okay, we need to kill this person off or this person off, or they're simply there to give bad guys their comeuppance. Like they appear out of nowhere just to give bad guys that death scene, right? Because we know that, oh, that's a bad guy, he has to be killed. And we have to do it in the most elaborate manner with these dinosaurs. Go see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Well, no, don't go see the movie. Wait for it to come on streaming or whatever. As God is my witness, I swear in front of everyone watching this, Jurassic Park, Universal Studios will never get another penny of mine going to the theaters to see one of these ridiculous films. I'll go back and watch Jurassic Park, the original. I'll watch Jurassic Park Lost World, even though I didn't really like it that much. And I thoroughly enjoyed Jurassic Park 3. You know why? Because unlike these Jurassic World movies, the first one and the third one were fun. They were fun. Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, was a little dark and a little silly. But I can take that over this crap with Chris Pratt and Jurassic World, all this. I could take that over this any day. I will not pay to see another Jurassic movie. I give this film 1 wheel. And I give it that 1 wheel because there is one scene involving a dinosaur chase that is, and it's not the one where Chris Pratt's on a motorcycle. No, that got long and tiresome after the first 30 seconds. But there's another dinosaur chase where they're trying to get to the plane to get off the island. And they set up one unique kind of set piece where the girl Maisie's trying to climb up a caged ladder. I'll just leave it at that. That was interesting. Other than that, no, forget about it. I don't give a damn about the dinosaurs. I want the humans all to be eaten. So many scenes where they're running from dinosaurs, and some of the humans have guns, and rather than shoot the dinosaurs, they look at them, and then they shoot a door to get through the door because they're trapped. Rather than shoot the dinosaurs, they shoot the door to get out while the dinosaur's chasing them and continues to chase them. And that's another thing. In the first Jurassic Park, there was one thrilling shot where the young girl is being pulled through the ceiling tiles, and the velociraptor jumps up and snaps at the camera. That was a good, thrilling scene, right? So they do it all the time now, and in this film, they do it, I think, 5 times. I'm like, enough. Enough of the last second jumping out of the dinosaur's way while he tries to snap at the shoe or the foot. Get out of here. There's one scene on a frozen lake where two people are running across the lake, and this one dinosaur, a feathered dinosaur, I recognize it, I don't know the name of it, but I've seen it in books. My son was into dinosaurs. And this dinosaur is like a stalker. It's not an animal. It's like a serial killer. How it doesn't give up. And I gotta think that at some point even a dinosaur says, okay, that prey is not worth it. Let me go find something else. But all right, I'm just rambling now. But it's a terrible movie. Worst movie I've seen this year. Don't waste your time on it. Okay? The dinosaurs that aren't even worth it, except for that one scene. You can wait till HBO or Netflix or whatever, or iTunes. All right? I just did you a favor. Don't go see this movie. All right, what do we got next? We got Thor, Love and Thunder, whatever the hell. I'm not looking forward to that one either, but that'll probably be the next film I see, or Lightyear. I'll try to check that out. All right? Until then, that's the martini. Take care.